Welcome back again. Welcome to the post-match interview for Game Week 6. I'm joined with Disto and Adnan. Pleasure to have you here, guys.
Thank you for having me.
So the topics we're discussing, okay, number one is Man City versus Chelsea. What did you think about the game? It was really one-sided.
The game was utter dominant, yeah?
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola proved to Tuchel, you might get away with one game, two games, but you never get away with everything, yeah? So Guardiola, he outclassed, it was pure outclassing Guardiola against Tuchel. The way Chelsea set up was really, really disappointing. You can't expect the European champions to set up like that against a team that is high scoring. So Guardiola took Tuchel back to college, I think so, just to show him how to beat press and everything. So let me tell you, Chelsea, we saw the weakness. We saw the weakness, yeah. We saw the weakness. We saw how they can be pressed. We saw how they can be opened up and played against. So yeah, Guardiola actually he humbled Thomas Tuchel on all those Chelsea fans because, come on, they couldn't even sing two passes together. Wherever they are, Man City was passing them down back to the goalkeeper. So for me, that game was just utter dominance and one-sided.
To you, Adnan, what did you think about Man City versus Chelsea?
For the Man City versus Chelsea game, I think it was a really interesting game because Tuchel came to defend and counter attack with Timo Werner and Lukaku. Lukaku to hold up the ball and Timo Werner to make the runs so that he plays in. But Guardiola knew his tactics and he managed to outplay Tuchel's tactics very well, as even Tuchel admitted that his tactics did not work. But for a world-class coach like Guardiola, I think he did very well, especially after he wanted to revenge against the Champions League final. So I think he played really well, and Man City looked very dangerous in that game.
Okay, so we're going to start with you, Adnan. You're the Man United supporter here. What happened? Aston Villa at home. What happened?
For the Aston Villa versus Manchester United game, I think that game was just a lack of tactics from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He played McFred. I think Aston Villa came with a different tactic. They were not ready to defend. They were ready to play against us. They were ready to attack us. And they had the ball. They were passing the ball. And there was so many mistakes in the midfield. And Fred, I think that game, Fred actually played kind of well. But Greenwood did not pass. I think the winning mentality was not there, and he was just looking for one individual moment to happen, for like a Ronaldo or a Bruno moment to happen, and that did not come. And after we got the penalty, it did not go to plan, as Bruno skied it after so much pressure.
What about you, Disto? What did you think about the Man United game versus Aston Villa?
Man United against Aston Villa. You know, the thing is, I was actually watching that game. Not a Man U supporter, but then I was watching that game. What the hell were they even doing? These guys are overconfident. Step into the field, thinking they're already crowned champions. Try to dominate Aston Villa. Aston Villa are actually playing off the counter. Aston Villa, when they end up they went to the stadium, Old Trafford, bounce back. They're trying to get a draw or a point. But then Manchester United are overconfident. When they were throwing caution to the wind, trying to press back Aston Villa, their own architects of downfall. Greenwood had chances. It just shows you how when a teenager scores some goals, he acts to be the main man, yeah? So in this Manchester United squad, if they don't get their things together, they're gonna go a trophy last season, which is gonna be very bad because they have one of the best players in the world right now. So Aston Villa, kudos to them. Manchester United, you'll have to go back to the drawing board and you'll have to figure out what was wrong. Because they're creating chances. It's not like they were sitting back and waiting for it. They're creating chances. But then you can't rely on Bruno or Greenwood for every chance, man. And for Bruno, you're very amateur. You have Cristiano Ronaldo behind you. Give him the ball. 5 times Ballon d'Or winner. The biggest thing this guy has won is Portuguese championship. Bruno, the biggest thing he has won in his life. You have a guy that has won Champions League, a guy that has won the Euro. Yeah, give him the ball. Yeah, give him the ball. It's a 90th minute penalty. Give him the ball. Let Cristiano take the penalty. Yeah. So as I said earlier, Manchester United was the architect of their own downfall.
So we're gonna start with you, Disto. What did you think about Jimenez's goal? He scored
And
the winner.
Jimenez scoring. Man, I felt so great seeing him after the skull injury. You know, he was trying to score in the previous games, but he scored. And he actually worked his socks off. Seeing him when the ball is with Southampton, he'll come back, try to defend, try to get the ball back. So for Raul Jimenez, I think that's a confidence booster because he has scored in the toughest of times. And from now on, I think he's just going to be bagging goals like he was doing before the skull injury. But then we wish him all the best. I hope he'll prove his doubters wrong and he'll go back to the standards he was before the injury.
Okay, to you, Adnan. What did you think about Jimenez's goal?
The Jimenez goal, I think it's a great moment for him and his teammates and his family. It was after coming back from a horrific injury, a skull injury especially, to score and not just to score a normal goal. He scored a very good goal. Yeah, and the goal he scored was the winning goal. I think that's now his confidence gain, and I hope he will score more in the coming games.
Yeah, hopefully too. Okay, we move on to Disto. Arsenal versus Tottenham. North London is red.
Yes,
What do you
yes,
think
yes,
about the game?
yes. Oh, yes, man. Aye. The game of the weekend, banner. What are you talking about? Yeah? Nakwambia umeona vile maeboilo ukulwa. Unaingiza yote kwa mdomo mara moja. Hivyo ndo tulifanya Tottenham. They didn't have anything to play that game. Man, we dominated them everywhere. Defensive wise, midfield, attacking, ball retention, and everything. I'm so proud of the kids. Emil Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka. Yani these guys, their oldest is 22 years old. And they actually made the likes of Højbjerg and Lloris look so bad. So I think people should start taking the Hale Academy seriously right now. People are seeing the kind of products you're producing. You're seeing the kind of talents you're producing there. For Aaron Ramsdale, that guy's a keeper and a half, man. And I'm thanking Arteta for giving him the chance because right now he's showing. With Ramsdale, the thing is, he actually played championship game before coming to Emirates, before coming to Arsenal, where he only had 1 clean sheet of the 5 games he played. So having made 3 clean sheets before the game was a confidence booster. But then, man, come on. You can't expect a packed Emirates Stadium whether we don't have. We'll have to beat Tottenham like that, man. We even saw our legend Pale Thierry Henry, Aubameyang wearing the same number, doing the same celebration. So for me, a well-deserved Arsenal win. Next is Brighton, so I hope we keep the same momentum.
Okay. What do you think, Adnan? The North London derby. What did you think about this?
And the North London derby, I think Tottenham they did not look prepared for a derby. And Kane did not look, Kane did not look that he wanted to play. He was just there. And Tottenham were outclassed in the midfield. with Odegaard, Saka, and Smith Rowe just playing around, and no one going after them, with Ndombele and Højbjerg going in front. And the only player that said can go home with his head up is Son. I think he played kind of well, but the other players were all trash. They did not do anything. But when Arsenal's tactics and Arteta's tactics finally came back, and he played really good football, and I enjoyed the derby, I can't lie.
Okay, for this one is an open discussion. Whoever can go first. So it's about the game it's about game of Liverpool versus Brentford. Liverpool were away to Brentford and the game ended 3-3. So my question is, why was Brentford versus Arsenal were bantered, amused of, and feeling and more other stuff, while their team wasn't 100%. And Liverpool's team was 100%, and they went to Brentford and they managed a draw. So what did you think? What do you think?
Listen, yeah.
Mhm.
The issue is not about the team being 100% fit.
Mhm.
The issue is about the team you're facing.
Yeah.
Listen, Brentford, if you watch the way they're playing the championship last season, teams were actually going to Brentford and they were getting battered week in, week out. These guys have perfected the art of home advantage. And that's what they're using against big teams, yeah? You go there, the stadium is packed. Brentford, there's a way they play football. And if you watch it, they mix a bit of tactics and aggression. Because what they did against Liverpool is just, spamming long balls towards Trent Alexander, because they know he's the least defensive of all the defenders back there. And, put something into the box. You have Tony, very good of a striker. But then, yeah, Liverpool, I know, are not as strong as they used to be. Even with the coming back of Virgil van Dijk, there's something off Liverpool since last season. They're trying to bounce back, but then they don't have the edge that is recognized for Liverpool, because they'll score goals, but they won't defend. And that's a big issue. And Brentford saw that weakness and they actually exploited it, because Trent was made to look like an amateur. And I'm feeling sorry for him, but if Liverpool are going to mount something this season, they'll have to look for a spare right back, because that guy he's not good enough right now. And I'm sorry to say that.
Okay.
Trent is not in the level that he was when he was winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
So for Brentford, good for them.
Okay.
But for Liverpool, and yeah.
Continue, sorry.
So for Brentford, good for them. But for teams that are going to Brentford, they'll actually have to pull up their socks, because these guys, they know how to exploit home advantage, and there'll be a problem for everyone. So yeah, that was my take on that game.
Hey, to you, Adnan.
For the Brentford Liverpool game, I think after even going down 1 goal, 2 goals, 2-1, then coming back 2-2, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. They were not ready to give up, but they had some tactics. They knew that Arnold was the weak defender in that back, and so they took advantage. So most of the goals they were scoring from Arnold's side. Arnold was just having his worst game. Arnold going forward is really good, but I think defending is not thing. I think he should be a midfielder more than a defender. But Brentford, I think people are when they faced Arsenal in the first game, people did not know what to expect from them.
Yeah.
But after they saw how they play against Arsenal, how they won, and especially at home, Brentford are a feared team, and every team is not ready to face Brentford when they're at home.
Yeah, it shows they are very powerful at home. But I think that's it. Thanks for your time, guys.